I did think I might get you to vote. Would you like to see seething anger? Seething anger, or would you like passive aggressive?
No.
Seething anger. Passive anger. Okay, you've heard all about the report. I hope you've all got a copy in your hands. Look, this is a super important moment for us in the year. Please take a copy of this report. Thank you so much to all the members of Parliament who turned up, seeing all the laws that are here. I mean, it's a fantastic turnout. Must be one of the fullest I've ever seen in this room. Really, and also I want to thank parliamentarians, Caroline, Kevin, Damien. Lots of people are talking up on this issue. Fantastic support coming in from questions. Your question on the culture, the creative industry sector vision, super important, Caroline. £5 million we were told there would be for grassroots music venues. It's not for grassroots music venues, it's for the whole grassroots sector, including recording studios, rehearsal spaces. It's not going to go very far, you know, and actually when we still look at the distribution of public funding in this country, it is a fact that more than 80% of public funding for music is going to opera and classical. I don't mind opera and classical. I'm just not sure they should get 80% of all the tax money there is.
Yep.
I think there's a case for maybe everything's in here that you need to know. If you're from a constituency here and your MP is not here, send them a copy. Because you know, my MP, Greg Clark, that's been my MP for my venue. How long have you been there now, Greg?
It's 2005.
2005. Greg is an incredibly supportive MP and genuinely gets behind the local venue and will raise questions for us. 10 years ago now, I met Greg, I think it actually might be on this spot, but it's certainly on the terrace out here, and he helped us to think about how we might launch this charity music venue trust. And there are people in this place, is that the right way to describe it? This place? I think
This place, the other place.
This place, the other place. This place and the other place, who are incredibly supportive of music. If you get in contact with them, demand that they represent you, because this is a disaster. 16% of the music venues in this country closed in the last 12 months. It's not good enough.
No.
It's just not good enough. And I stood here 12 months ago, I'm sorry to be Mystic Meg about this, but I said, if the big companies in this industry don't get their act together, hundreds of venues will close. And guess what? They didn't get their act together and hundreds of venues have closed. So I'm afraid you are now going to have to answer for this. Don't go on the front cover of Music Week and Billboard and IQ and all these other magazines telling us how brilliant 2023 was for live music when 125 communities lost access to live music that they love. Not good enough. Where's Tom Malcolm over there. Bath Moles has been an absolute centre of Bath creativity and community for 45 years, and it closed. Tom was the team that ran Bath Moles. I'm here to tell you that nobody could have run that place better, and it's still closed. Not good enough.
No.
Not good enough. You want to put on The Cure headlining 27 nights at the O2 Arena, you better be investing in the place that The Cure started their careers.
Yep.
You want to put on Ed Sheeran, 27 festival event dates, whatever it is, you better be playing so Bath Moles has got a future, because that's where he started his career. We are losing the next generation of British talent because we can't be bothered, frankly, to get it right, and we need to get it right. There is one thing worse than a government mandated levy on arena and stadium tickets. Do you know what that is? No money at all going into grassroots music. I don't want a government mandated levy. I'm personally against it. I think it's the wrong thing to do. People who know me in this industry, people like Joe, people like Tom, they'll know I don't think the government should be involved in our business, not least because we're a bunch of shady bastards. And when they find out what we're doing, you probably won't like it. All right? But ignore that. We can do this, and if we will not do it, it isn't acceptable to the communities across our country that their local access to music will close down. They don't want to drive 300 miles to watch Taylor Swift for 150 quid. They want to walk down the road and they want to see a band they haven't seen before, taking their first step, playing their first song, getting their career started. And they want to see that band go through that ladder until they're playing Wembley Stadium. They love it. I had a conversation with a really, really big arena band recently, and I was able to talk to them about when I put them on in Tunbridge Wells Forum and paid them 50 quid on a Tuesday night, and they played in front of about 30 people, and that was their first ever tour. And they're now headlining stadiums around the world. That artist understands the investment that needs to be made into grassroots music venues. And if you're in this music industry and you don't understand, why don't you go and do something else? Get out of the way. Literally get out of the way. This is just not good enough, okay? I don't want to leave it on a negative though, despite my seething rage. By the way, that was the passive aggressive stuff. In the seething rage one, I got you all to come forward a bit, and then I crowd surfed across you while shouting the word that I said last year that I got told off for. I did say bastards this year. Is that one allowed?
That's all right.
That's all right. Look, I want to finish on this. 164 times last year, venues had to come to our emergency response service, and they had to try and stop those venues from being closed down. And they, you know what, they succeeded in. Jay, I'm going to say succeeded in about 80 to 90% of them.
Yeah.
And the 10 to 20% that you couldn't succeed in hit you like a sledgehammer, didn't it?
Yeah.
There were 125 venues closed. Too many of those didn't get in touch with us. If you know a venue that's in trouble, we're not hiding. I mean, you know, we're pretty easy to find. I mean, I wish I wasn't quite so easy to find, to be honest, but Music Venue Trust everywhere you can think of. We want these venues to come to us. We want to be able to give them the support they need. But the 164 venues came. I think we saved 140, 150 of them. I'm so incredibly proud of the team that did that. I'm incredibly proud of the 10 years we've done, but we have to have change. We have to have change now. We can't close a single more bath moles. It's not good enough. And Tom, sorry to get emotional, we let you down. Shouldn't be closed. Not good enough. Come on.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for doing it. We really do appreciate it. Anything else I've missed off, Bev? I've got to introduce Hannah. Oh, okay. So, you know what? We've got an absolutely fucking brilliant artist for you. And I finally saved it to the end, Jenny. Are you there, Hannah?
I'm here.
You are. She's come wearing the most absolutely amazing suit. If you don't do anything else, the least admired suit. Hannah is, I should probably tell you a little bit while they're getting set up. Hannah is not only an award-winning singer-songwriter, genuinely a massively under-discovered talent, thankfully, but also runs the Sound Lounge in Sutton. Let me tell you a story about that. That venue was in trouble. That venue was going to close down. It didn't have the money to keep going, but they have done 10 years worth of work. Longer? 12 years of work building up a community of music fans that love that venue, love their work, really respect what they're doing. Our team talked to them and we knew they were really in serious financial trouble, and here's what they did. They went on crowdfunder. They needed £35,000. How long do you reckon it took them to get it?
2 days, a week.
22 hours. That venue is now safe and saved, I think. They also serve a very mean vegan roast on Sunday. Very good indeed. But that, for all of you parliamentarians, all your representatives in the audience, that's how much these communities care about this. £35,000 in £10 and £5 and £50 out of people's wallets. You've got to get behind this and you've got to represent it. And thank you for all you have done, but we need you to do much more. Please call the music industry to account. Let's get this solved. Over to you, Hannah and Kieran, please. Give them a massive welcome.